MPEGs and MP3s on the channel and have the channel do the relaying for you. You could say, what's the point of that? Basically, the idea is something like, let's say you want to run a shoutcast server or something like that. You could drop it on a channel, and you don't need the bandwidth for everybody to listen to you. The network does all the splitting of the signals, and you don't really care. You just say whatever you got to say to the channel, and that's pretty much it. The channel does the rest of it. The channel does the regenerating of all the signals and all that good stuff. Obviously, this is kind of ridiculous. If you start thinking about like MPEGs and stuff like that, take like an MPEG that's, you know, I don't know, like 500K a second or something like that, and you're on a channel with 30 people, that's a multiple. That's 30 times whatever if they're all spewing out MPEGs at the same time. That's a lot of traffic. So obviously throttling and all that stuff has to be built into the network and all that stuff. But this network is in its infancy. I know I've been working on it a while, but I wanted to make sure that I could make a scalable version of it first on a text-based thing, so I wouldn't have to develop clients and servers at the same time, protocol dissectors, all that fun stuff. You know, it's much easier to just write the stupid server and telnet to the thing to see if it's working than, you know, to write a client and a server at the same time and all that stuff. I wasn't about to start pouring all this code into something that, you know, for all I knew when I started making this thing, it might not work. You know, it was just theory. It was just on paper. It was on paper for a while. But it seems to be working, and that's about it. So any questions or comments, or does anybody have anything to say? No? Yes?
So what are your plans for development? How are you going to proceed with development?
That's a good point. Well, basically, the whole idea is the Textella project is a precursor to the Streamtella project, which is the binary version of this. Pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to take kind of like a port number and associate it with the channel name. And that's going to tell you what type of traffic is on that channel. And the servers really don't care what the traffic is. So whatever the clients want to do with it, that's you know, the client's business, I guess. I plan on hopefully, you know, writing and supporting at least a couple of clients, but I want this to be as open of a protocol as possible. You know, I mean, if TCP was proprietary, we would be pretty lost. You know, so anyway, that's pretty much it. So this is pretty much just my hobby, you know. It's not my job, obviously, but so it's moving a little slower than I'd like to. But a lot of this stuff is coding, testing, recoding, testing, recoding, and round and round we go. And that's pretty much it. There's only about 3 minutes left of the talk, so you guys can. Yeah, Ian, what's up?
With your developers? I mean, do you have a Subversion site?
Yeah, if you wanted to grab the source code to this, you can. I gave it to to Hikari, so I think that'll be included in CDs and all that stuff. But if it's not, you can grab it off of textella.com/download and take a look at the source if you want. Yeah.
One more question that
please.
might be good for this crowd. What's your intentions as far as security and privacy on the network? And when implementing that, can you speak a little bit what your plans and your viewpoint is on that?
As far as security is concerned, I guess that's an allusion to encryption or something along those lines. Encryption would definitely best be handled at the endpoints. There's nothing that stops you from S-tunneling, you know, server-to-server connections and all that good stuff. And I definitely plan on building that kind of stuff in there. But as far as where I stand right now, I'm still in the early development stages of making sure all the commands work. You know, I don't even have a complete total, and you know, I don't have a complete and total protocol command suite right now. So suit.
What about like
Sorry.
server authorization on the network?
Yeah, no, I was looking into that stuff too. It's very, very similar to IRC, the way IRC is set up. You have your I lines, which basically say like, okay, I'm allowing asterisk.com. Throw them into, whatever this class is, and the classes define, kind of like what their certain properties of it, how often the client gets pinged, that type of thing, the keep alives rather. Send queue, how big the send queue should be for the clients, who you can allow on, who you can't. You can ban people off the networks and all that stuff. There's still certain theoretical dilemmas I'm working on, like how to deal with rogue servers and all stuff like that, nasty admins and all that good stuff. But it's like I said, the protocol is still in its infancy, and I know I got a whole lot of work to do on it, but for some reason I actually kind of find this stuff relaxing. So it's kind of therapeutic for me to just sit around and code and stuff like that and play around with this stuff. And that's pretty much it. Well, it looks like it's 5:50, and you guys got 10 minutes to get to your next talk. Thank you.